I'm Vicki Hoth, Education Coordinator for Handy Quilter. I'm here at the American Patchwork and Quilting Crafts Lab, and we are going to learn all about feathers today. Now, what if I don't want to do blocks? What if I want to do a border? I need that border, obviously, is the sashing or the border of my fabric. I need a spine. Well, let me tell you, I have the best spine there is. Look at that, it's a wave ruler. I can have a really fun spine or a real gradual spine. And I can draw that in or I could quilt it in. So first of all, let's just quilt that spine. Just put this feather ruler on here. Actually, it's not a feather ruler, it's a wave ruler. And we'll just stitch this in. So that gives me the definition or the spine so that I know where my feathers need to be placed. Now, on this, I don't have a boundary. I could say the top is my boundary here, or I could say the bottom is my boundary. That's not good. So I'm actually going to take my blue marker and I'm just going to draw my bottom line. Now let's draw a similar spacing right there. There may be a little difference, but that's okay because we get to fill it in with feathers. Okay, I'm going to start with this feather, and these are called just freeform feathers. The ones that we did in the circle with the spine in the very center, those are more of a formal feather, but we're just going to do freeform because that's the way to start. And I'm going to show you different types. As I quilt these feathers, you're going to see some different feathers. Okay, so I've got the boundary, I've got my spine, nice undulating line, and let's add feathers to it. They don't have to touch against each other, do you see? And it's actually kind of freeing up to be able to do that. Now, you remember we talked about the points. Make sure you bounce in, bounce out, get a good sharp point. I want to show you something different now on this feather at the tip of it. Just that little wiggle. And then I'm going to add a spine inside. Oh, wow, we've added some more elements. Isn't that fun? Going to do that again. Just a wiggle. And so if you're not comfortable with this nice rounded part, just add a little wiggle at the top and look how nice that looks. Then I could go back and do another one like that, add a little spine in there, a couple, add a spine. If you're not the type of person that wants a spine, you don't have to add a spine to it. I like the spine. I'm going to put a spine in that. I'm going to put a little short one there and bring another one up. So, do you see what happened there? I filled that in at the top. Now I'm going to go ahead and stitch back, give myself a little spine that gives, see that space? Oh, that's going to be a nice defining space. Okay, now I've got to go all the way up. So, filling in my boundary, all the way up to my boundary. Should we do one with that little wiggle? Add a little spine to that. Ooh, that was a big dip, wasn't it? These are big feathers. Now you could make them really tall and real thin. Do you see the difference in tall and thin? And some people like to do that. You could even add a curl to it. So if we come up here, and if I add a curl to it and come back, or put a little feather right underneath that, come up, and I could add a curl this way. This one actually needs to come around. I like that. Oh boy, we're getting some different looking feathers. So don't let feathers frighten you. Remember, the feather, the spine and the boundary, and let your creative juices flow and create any type of feather you want, and you will love feathers.